Good evening. Welcome to Central News for Friday the 13th of June. I'm Amanda Harper. For today's episode of Central News, we continue our field days coverage. Yesterday saw over 25,000 people through the gates, and some exhibitors are expecting higher sales results than that of last year's event. First off, Annie chats to some of the stall holders who had to brave the wind and rain.
Hamish, you're with the Excite group that sets up a lot of the marquees here at the field days. How many have you set up this year?
65 this year.
And how did the weather play a part in your lead up?
Up until Monday it's been fantastic, but then it just turned to custard.
So I'm picking you were here early this morning.
Nice and early, yeah. I followed Adam down the hill. We were here at about 4:30, 5 o'clock trying to fix a bit of carnage.
Adam, you're with Station Creative, who does a lot of the fit-outs of sites. Tell me about that.
Including the one for MPI here. So we've done 59 less than Hamish. And we do Massey University, Waikato University, Fonterra, ANZ, Bailey's Real Estate. I think that's it. My phone's ringing. RD1, yeah. So it's been a busy time, really busy time.
How many years have you been coming to the field days?
This is my 27th.
This is my 21st. It's been a big year.
And what's the best thing you've ever seen at the field days, fashion-wise?
That'd have to be the Gallagher's girls demonstrating their new electric fence about 3 years ago. That would probably be on the money.
I'm thinking hivers. Hivers. Love hivers.
Guys,
No, we don't like hivers.
good luck for the rest of the field days. Enjoy your time.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Te Radar, is this your first time at the field days?
It is not. I used to come here as a child and collect all the pamphlets and the little sticks and sit in tractors and diggers. And I came in a few times as an adult, but I haven't been for a couple of years.
And what are you here in a capacity as this year?
Officially, I'm here to MC some of the functions. I see on my list of things to do, a lot of cocktail parties, of course, and a general mooching about. I'm the patron of the Galloway Cattle Association, so I'll be catching up with them.
The weather has straightened itself out for us, thankfully.
And what a beautiful day it is. But, it's farmers. Gumboots. If you've got a pair of gumboots and a raincoat, you're fine.
What's the best fashion statement you've ever seen at the field days?
It'll be probably the gumboots and the very short shorts look on a gentleman. A lot of them.
Te Radar, thanks for your time.
Thank you. Enjoy the field days.
Field Days Police keeping us safe at Field Days 2014. How many years have you been coming?
This will be my fourth year.
And what would be a highlight for you?
Definitely the muscle fritters, but I've heard the ostrich steaks right up there too, so I'll be hitting that soon, I think.
And Constable Asher, this is your first time?
Yeah, it's my first time here. Yep.
What's your overall feeling so far?
Pretty good. The crowd's pretty good so far, so nice big crowd. It's awesome.
What's your role here? Keeping people safe is the main thing?
Yeah, it's presence, proactive. Obviously, we get a lot of, especially in the car parks, a lot of theft ex cars. So we do a lot of patrolling around that and also around the venues as well.
We love your work. Keep safe and enjoy those muscle fritters.
Awesome, thanks.
Thank you.
Now for our region's marine forecast. Expect a southeasterly of 20 knots on both the east and west coast, easing to 10 knots tomorrow evening for the Bay of Plenty and tomorrow morning for Raglan. Just ahead, Anne-Marie brings you a frenzy of field days coverage, including meeting up with some of Field Days' finest young rural bachelors. She has a chat to Warwick Roberts and Peter Nation, as well as Sir William Gallagher, about what the Field Days means to him. And lastly, she catches up with Mark Dewdney, the CEO of PGG Wrightson.
The Rural Bachelor competition is happening again. Field Days 2014, $23,000 worth of prizes up for grabs, and of course the prestigious Golden Gumboot Award. Behind me, 8 prestigious, illustrious, gorgeous young men from all around New Zealand and one from Australia as well. They are the Field Days 2014 Rural Bachelors. And we have Brett first, who's just moved into dairy farming. Now, Brett, you're looking forward to a productive lifestyle and looking for a work-life balance. How are you going to fit a woman into that work-life balance?
Well, hopefully she'll be part of the life balance side of it. So yeah, I'm pretty ambitious, pretty keen to get ahead in the industry. Got some pretty big plans, so try and get established, but I'm certainly well aware of what I'm working for, and as far as maintaining an enjoyable lifestyle and finishing milk and ducking off the lake for a ski and whatnot like that, so yeah, looking forward to it.
It sounds fantastic. And of course, Fraser, you're involved in a lot of clubs and you seem to be quite social. You're also a bit of a deer man. Now, how do you put those deer stalking skills to use when looking for a suitable woman?
Well, there's a bit of an art to it, Anne. You know, just ducking and diving and weaving between the bushes or the people, I suppose. But you know, that's probably the easy bit. It's actually the reading the signals and signs. You know, if she starts to froth at the mouth or bare her teeth and pin her ears back, you probably better get out of there, I think. Yeah.
As long as you don't take your helicopter and throw a net over here, I think you'll be all right. Jeff, Morrinsville man, one of our local boys, in fact, indeed. And it's your first year as farm manager. Now, you've got a background in ag contracting and civil engineering. Mm-hmm. What's the big difference you've noticed so far when it comes to meeting potential women between that industry and the farming lifestyle?
Well, I guess as far as civil engineering goes, without being stereotypical, a lot of the girls in that industry would probably beat me up, some of the girls I've met. From the lower levels, there's some lovely consultants in that out there, but in terms of the ag contracting, normally you call your tractor a girl, so that's probably not going to work so well. Dairy industry, there's some lovely girls out there. I've got a fair few hundred high maintenance ones that keep me occupied most of the season, so looking for a lesser maintenance one that can keep me company after hours and in the downtime.
Oh, a good Morrinsville man. You won't be on the shelf for long, I'm sure. And of course, staying in Matamata Piako, Te Aroha, in an area very close to my heart. Jimmy, dairy farmer who's also got an interest in yachting. Now, tell me, if you met a city woman, how are you going to integrate her into the country lifestyle?
I'd probably take her around the farm and point out the boundaries.
That's a good start.
Take her down to the cows paddock and introduce her to the friendly cows. And then if she's still enjoying it, whack an apron on her, get her in the pit.
And you know what? That's where it all happens, is in the pit. Now, we have got an Australian. I'm not quite sure how this has happened, but we've got an Australian. He's from New South Wales. Josh, you're taking on 7 Kiwi boys in their own territory. You're a brave man.
Yeah, well, I'm coming from Australia. Obviously, I was chosen out of everyone there, so I'm the best guys.
Now, you're from New South Wales. You've been in the country for a few days now. What's the biggest difference you've noticed so far between Kiwi and Aussie women?
Yeah, the women, sorry. Well, we've been on the road for a few days, so we've actually just been enjoying the landscape more than anything. But yeah, so no actual interactions as of yet.
That's terrible. That's not good. You boys are bachelors. You're meant to be interacting. Okay, so the landscape?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the clash of agriculture in the city. So if you follow me on Twitter, Gilbert Joshua M, I had my sea, sheep and skyscrapers tweets going yesterday.
Fantastic. Good plug there too. Now, Matthew is a townie who's made the move to the ag lifestyle. How do you think your ag skills are going to compare to some of these guys who've been in the ag industry for a wee while now?
Well, I like to think I've got a little bit more class and finesse than most of the boys, growing up in town, and hopefully bring that. See how that works. I mean, they've already nicknamed me Princess, so what else could go wrong?
Absolutely. And Michael, our ambitious, down-to-earth ag contractor, you own your own ag contracting.
Yeah, I'm working towards that at the moment.
So clearly, you've got a bit of drive, got a bit of motivation. How are those skills going to give you the edge in this competition?
I'll just have to see what happens, see how it all goes.
And what are you particularly looking for in a potential partner?
Someone that can put up with me working quite a bit during summer, unfortunately.
Those hours are long, aren't they?
Yeah, very. Yeah. And quite demanding too.
Thomas is our South Island bachelor, the only man from the South Island. In fact, he is representing the whole of South Island. And not only that, he's got a military background. Now, how are those two things going to give you the edge against our North Island and the other island man over there?
Good question. I'm hoping I've just got a bit of more of a broader background so that I'm cover across all the fields, hopefully.
You know what? I think military, I think he should drop and give me 20. Come on, are you up for it?
Righto.
Oh, here we go. So, boys, you might need to do this too. Here we go. Dropping and 1, 2, 3. Shall I sit on him? 4, 5. Come on, boys, you can join him as well. Drop and give me 20. It's the Rural Bachelors. Oh, look at that. They're flat back, please. Right down, right up. Right down, right. It's the Rural Bachelor competition at Field Days 2014. Always a lot of fun, and you can see who's going to take out the Golden Gumboot Award. 12 o'clock at the Village Green on Saturday at the Field Days. It would be fair to say there was a changing of the guard at the New Zealand Field Day Society, and with me is the new president and the new vice president, Warwick Roberts and Peter Nation. Field Days 2014. Warwick, how has the lead up been since you took over the president's role in December?
It's certainly a change for me anyway. I was always used to being hands-on. Now it's a case of being hands-off, but getting the team to work, and it's the team that's done the work, and it's been a very successful, I think, lead up to this 4 days of wonderful entertainment for everyone.
Now, I was told, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you did the fencing at the very first Field Days back in 1969 at Te Rapa Racecourse. True or false?
No, that's true. I can even remember the aeroplane that did the flip over the fence. No, exciting those days. We were young farmers, and Field Days was a new venture, and I think it's just gone on from there.
Peter, you've been involved for many years as well with the Field Days, and congratulations on your new role as Vice President of the Field Day Society. Tell me about the volunteers. I suspect it would be hard to put into words the amount of work the volunteers do for you.
Yeah, it is. 1969, Annie, this place was built on volunteers, and it's never really changed. While we've got some employed staff, the bulk of this whole event, Field Days and other events we have, is basically run by volunteers, 150 odd people that come together every year as a big family and give their time and holidays from a big part of North Island to put this thing together.
Tell me about this year's theme, managing resources for a competitive advantage.
Well, that's farming, isn't it? I mean, we've got resources, probably the most important resources. We've got a water and air, and we've got to use those to the best advantage. A number of them are scarce. We've got to look after them, and we've got to make them available for future farming.
The agricultural economy is often used as a barometer for the New Zealand economy. How do you think we're tracking? What's the general feeling out there?
From an international point of view, I think New Zealand and the Field Days itself is really coming of age. 37 different countries with delegations to this Field Days here says that we've hit the straps, that we can actually do something for New Zealand.
I have to ask, you've been coming so many years, what has been a favourite exhibit in the past and for this year so far?
Oh, that's a tough one. There's been plenty of good ones. Yeah, it's a hard one. I think, though, that my observation again this year, as Warwick would have done driving around last week with the preparation of the sites, every year we see the exhibitors actually increase and raise the bar on the professionalism and the types of exhibits they bring for the pleasure of people to look at, but also to attract people to their sites, Annie.
And Warwick, have you got a favourite?
Oh, it's always innovations. I guess every farmer has that little number 8 wire. I've just been to the number 8 wire competitions the other night, and innovation is incredible, and I think so may it long continue.
Congratulations on your new roles. Congratulations on a very successful Field Days 2014.
Thanks very much.
His name is synonymous with farming and innovation and excellence in business. It's Sir William Gallagher at Field Days 2014. How's it going so far, Sir William?
Oh, absolutely great. The weather was a bit, difficult for a start, but looked like we're going to have a beautiful day.
Now, you were at the very first Field Days back at Te Rapa Racecourse in '69.
Yes, that was the first 3 were at Te Rapa. and that's before we purchased this property here. And yes, I've been to the very first field day. I was on the committee, or the second committee meeting before the field day started, and then I've been to every one, so I haven't missed a field day.
That's fantastic. And you were also part of the committee that purchased the land here at Mystery Creek.
Yes, because holding the field days in the middle of winter, ideal for the customer. And this has really become an international show. You know, the percentage of people from distance is very high. Where we initially modelled it off Orange Field Days in New South Wales, and they hold it in November. And 80% of their attendance are from within 100 miles. Whereas here, the numbers used to be, less than 40%. So in other words, we get really a good international show. And what was particular about this site is it's a river flat and it's sand. And the Waikato in the middle of winter with beautiful black soil, when it rains, you get bogged up to your axles. And our parking is up top, and we early days had a bit of problem up there, except until we brought quite a bit of sand in. But here, of course, it was a dairy farm, but it was a very poor dairy farm, and that's how we bought it at quite a reasonable price. It had irrigation, because there used to be an irrigation line right through the middle of the site. But as a dairy farm, it was pretty poor. It used to dry out in summer and, not grow much grass. But for an exhibition site, absolutely beautiful.
How important are the field days to Galahar?
Oh no, pretty important. This is our showcase. This is where we launch a lot of new products. We've got about 12 new products on display here, and we've got a pretty big R&D team. So this really justifies it, showing the new thing. But this is where we also have customers, and we sell off the stand. That's one of our barometers on how much we sell, and it goes through our channel partners, because our system here, we have looks like a lot of staff on the stand. But about, I think 15 or 17 of them are actually staff of our dealers, Farmlands, CRT, RD1, etc. And they finish up, understanding the product much better. When they've got to answer awkward questions from a farmer, we have our staff usually in the red coats to assist them, and the orange coats. They finish up learning a lot about it, about the product.
What new products are you showcasing at Field Days 2014?
Oh, well, just behind me is our 5800i, and that's a 58 stored dual intelligent energizer. And this one it measures current and voltage, and you have a remote so you can turn the energizer on and off. You can measure voltage out on the fence, so you've got up to 6 responders. So if you're some distance away, you can measure the voltage at the back of the farm, and you can see the current at the back of the farm. So where you've got trouble, you can see where to turn it off.
Fantastic. There is so much to see here in the Galahar site. Sir William, thank you for your time. Make sure you come and check out everything that there is to see and that's on offer here at Galahar at the Field Days 2014. Another strategic partner of the Field Days 2014 is PGG Wrightson. With me now, CEO Mark Dewdney. Enjoying the Field Days so far?
Loving it, Anne-Marie. Yeah, it's always great to be here. A little bit quieter this year, but I guess that reflects the weather. I guess people will come out over the next 2 or 3 days.
PGG Wrightson has always had a presence at the Field Days. What made you take the step into becoming strategic partner this year?
We have about a dozen businesses as part of the PGG Wrightson family. In the past we've had 5 or 6 little sites around the company. We're talking a lot in our business about collaboration, and for us collaboration starts at home. And so what we wanted to do was create one stand, one presence where all of our businesses could be seen together, and all the things we do on farms could be seen working together under one umbrella essentially.
How does this year's theme, managing resources for a competitive advantage, relate to PGG Wrightson?
PGG Wrightson are probably the largest supplier of farm inputs in New Zealand. We service dairy farmers, sheep farmers, beef farmers, viticulturalists, horticulturalists, crop growers, mums and dads. So for us it's about putting all of our products and services together, giving them to farmers in the most efficient way that they can, giving them the best technical expertise from our 2,000 staff. If we do a good job on our farmers' farms, then they'll be more productive and more profitable.
Now, you've been coming to the field days since a young boy, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a Morrisville boy, born and bred, and I've been coming here for probably 30 odd years. Yeah, it's a lot better now that the pavements are done, but yeah, I love it. It's a great time to get out, see a whole lot of people that you haven't seen for a while, and just hear what's going on in the market.
Do you have a favourite exhibit? Is there one thing you can't miss?
That's a great question. I would think the best exhibit's PGG Wrightson's.
Not biased at all.
I'm totally biased, but you've got to be. No, but there's great. It's great. There's some great innovation around, some neat little companies doing really exciting things, and it's good to see all the big boys out there as well, showing their wares. LIC is always a great stand to go to. Gallagher's, True Test, there's a lot of good ones, but I think ours is pretty special this year.
What are some of the biggest challenges facing the dairy industry and farming industry in general at the moment?
Yeah, look, I think challenges, environmental, getting the public on side, food security. In all businesses there are challenges. I think the more exciting thing though is what are the opportunities? And the world is growing very quickly. There'll be 3 billion more people in the world in 2050. They all want to eat. They want to eat more. They want to eat healthier. And agriculture and food from New Zealand is absolutely the best industry to be in.
Mark Dewdney, thanks for your time.
Absolutely my pleasure. Have a great day.
And now for our region's weather. Hamilton sunny on Saturday with a high of 15 and low of 1. The rest of the Waikato looks fine with Paeroa high of 16 and low of 4. Matamata 16 high and 1 degree low. Te Awamutu 14 and 4 and Tokoroa 14 high and a chilly overnight low of 0. Tauranga, you are fine too with a high of 17 on Saturday and low of 5. Te Puke, you are fine also with a high of 15 and low of 5. Outlook to Sunday. Hamilton, you are sunny again with cloud developing in the afternoon, high of 15 and low of 3. For the rest of the Waikato, fine with light winds and cloudy periods. Paeroa, high of 16 and low of 5. Matamata, 15 high, 3 low. Te Awamutu 14 and 5, and lastly Tokoroa expect a high of 13 and low of 2. Now over to the Bay. Tauranga, you are fine with the light winds developing on Sunday afternoon, high of 16 and low of 7. For Te Puke, fine again with a high of 14 and low of 6. That is our news for today and this week. Keep up to date with Central News by liking our Facebook page, and we always welcome news stories and feedback. You can email us at news@tvcentral.co.nz. My name is Amanda Harper and this is Central News. Paul Marier.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.